Hi there, today we want to look at the static methods and instant methods in the object-oriented programming. So in object-oriented programming we have two kinds of method, and first one is the static method, second one is non-static method, also known as instance method. Static methods are invoked using the class name. Here we can see an example of that. And instant methods, by contrast, are invoked by using the name of the instance or an object of the class. Here we can see also an example of that. On this example, we can really see the difference between the static and non-static methods. Like I said before, static method is using the class. In that case, it's a class named car. And instant method needs to have an object to be invoked on. So in that case, it's an instance of the car class named C1. It may seem to you that instant methods are more powerful because of the way I'm describing them, but in the second we'll see that static methods are also good for some specific purposes. So for example, some classes are never instantiated, and here we can see example of that. By example, I mean the math class in Java. I would say that using the static method in that case is more nicer than using an instant method, because I can just say math, run me a number 1.6 please, and for me it just makes more sense because you don't need to declare in a new math instance and then invoking a round method on this object. Let's look closely how does the compareCars instant and static method works. So here we can see the static method of comparing cars by the size of the fuel tank. And the first thing we notice is that for comparing cars, it needs both of the comparing objects or class instance in the parameter brackets, in the input brackets of the method. So it means that we are invoking that method on the class and not on the instance of it. However, a second non-static method is using only one input parameter in the brackets. So that means that this method is going to be invoked on the object that we want to compare with the other cars. And for a quick note, I must say that we can also make static variables, and so these are interesting because they are properties which we can apply to all of the objects in our class. In our example, to all of the cars. So, for example, I have property called wheels in my car class, which is telling us how many wheels does all of the car objects have. And you can actually see in the output of the program that it actually works, and it tells us that all of the cars have 4 wheels. So that was it. Thank you for watching. I see you next time.